Alrighty. So, I played a little on Friday night, and my intention had been on Friday to rebuild my iron factory back to where it was before, but just better, so that when I started up today on stream, I could have the VOD in between be like, you can skip this, and then we'd just continue. But we ran into a weird bug. And by bug, I mean segmentation fault. I'm not quite sure what caused it. I'm hoping it was an intermittent thing and not a big concern. We'll find out, but let's see. From the last autosave before my entire system crashed, what progress? How much did we lose? I'm hoping I'll be up on top of a thing. Okay, we didn't lose very much. Look at you. You're here. You're doing rods. You're not. Why aren't you? Because I didn't give it enough time. Still don't like that copper thing. It's fine. So we've got rods going. And we are, it looks like, partway through making the plates. We did not finish closing off the foundation. Lovely, okay. So for plates, 30 a minute. So 2 per line. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. That's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we're out of plates. We crashed before there. Okay. That's still open. I also was thinking I should actually fix that and bring 2 belts over and make sure this is working right so it doesn't clog up, but that I think is a question for after we just get the iron production all back up and running. Oh, and we didn't clear out all of this. We have a grinder here, yeah? That is more convenient. And since it's full, everything they send in there just grinds immediately. I don't have a way to get my tickets. Oh well, we don't need my tickets for the time being. We can get them later. I'm glad that we didn't have much loss. actually are concerning to me. I don't want to fall into this hole. There we go. And that building up there is mine, so I'm just gonna paint you. There we go. Yay. These don't have to be pink to be a girl. That is not a requirement. I just like pink. And that's all there is to it. Whee. And by making this whole facility pink here and being like, yes, pink is the color of the storeroom, we know forevermore. If it's pink, it's storage. And this here needs to be default swatch. Actually, no. That needs to be default swatch. This up here can still be pink. Okay, good. Hopefully that's enough to just make us not have any problems anymore. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. 12. Seem to recall we ran out of materials during splitting phase of construction. 1. Yep. Sheets. Or sheet. Sheets are over here somewhere. Yeah. Plenty of sheets. I remember. And see what we've done. We've changed the state of the game, so whatever random bug made us crash will probably not happen. I say with no reason to believe that and full of hope. It happened during belting though, so what I'll do is save right before we belt. So splitter assembly period is going to be fine. Okay. Let's get some belt safety going. Good. And now is where we actually ran into the problems. So when we were bringing these around all nice and clean. So we're going to start, I think, with you. Coming over here. You're going to be fine. There should be no issues with you. And then I'm going to bring you, because we need to leave room. I'm going to bring you along here. On the way out, we're going to just kind of start bringing people along. So that we have plenty of space for everything to go. So far, so good. Ooh, this actually runs out of length. Okay. Belts are set in place. Very nice. And this... I don't think I have to tell you that this looks really neat. Okay. Let's get the power set up. Let's run all the power along the backside so that I don't have to be hopping around while I'm doing it. That's a little bit too far forward, I think. Okay. And you're gonna be iron plates. Nope. Control C, Control V. Good. Now how do I get power? Here. By going around. There we go. It's all working. In theory. Something's not quite right down here. It's not right. No power. That problem is solved. Yay. Now outputs. So, we need sheets, and that's the only thing out of this that we need. Sheets take 40. So, these spit out 20. 2 of these into a sheet. Honestly, we don't end up needing very many sheets. So... Can I just make only 1 sheet fit? Is that really what I'm doing here? Okay, if I don't, let's see. If I only make 1 sheet, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, a Mark II belt is all I want coming out of regular plates, so that's 6 of these. So that's gonna be... You know what, let's just make 6 of them. Come spit out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be 120. The first 3 can come on along on 60s, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. For the interim, we need some tinned wire and rotors. bench. While I'm in the bench, I may as well. Make myself ready to do that. Which means I'm gonna need 200 of these. I don't know if I can make the sheets. I can make the sheets. Well, let's just make the sheets. So what I'm gonna... Then do I really want to make the awesome... I'm not going to worry about the awesome thing. We're going to make this and prep to have it, and then we'll bring finished plates over. My thought was if we just cram everything in an awesome sink, we can produce forever. Awesome chest, but... Okay. That's there. Those are tinned sheets and tinned wire. So we don't have production of this going. To make the tinned sheets, we need copper sheets. And we need tin ingots. Well, I know where to get tin ingots. Into the belly of the beast. We should have tin around here somewhere. Thank you. Tin sheets require copper sheets. So we'll need to make sure we have copper sheets coming to the tinning floor, which we'll have to just make another floor above this for advanced materials. And then worry about how we're going to bring things up later. For now... I mean, let's see. What do we need plates for as far as advanced materials? You make tin plates. We need tin. We need plates for tin plates. We need tin plates for reinforced iron plates. That's just it. That's it. So we just tin plates. Four of you going in. That's a 6 to 9. So if we're making 20 times 6 is to X as 6 is to 9. 20 times 6. 20 times 6. Alright, okay. I've lost track. Let me do this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 20 times 4 is to 6, as x is to 9. So over 6. So we need 120 tin to tin all that. How much tin do we have coming in? I think this might actually just be what we're gonna do. Where's our tin lines? $60. Yeah, we have 120. We have 120 tin right there, and some extra tin right there. So 120 of that tin going to tin up our plates, and then the rest can go tin up our sheets and our wires. Cool. Everything works out. Let's make those belt drives so we can bring our plates that we aren't tinning home. Okay. So we squish out 2 of those into tin sheets, which will also get saved. And those are going to be, I think, the 2 closest, because we're going to just run those around. Then all the other 4 we can group up and bring up a floor, and that will be our tinning floor. And then we can bring up all our tin to the tinning floor. And then we can tin up what we need to tin up. And then we can worry about what else we need to bring to do advanced iron. From advanced iron, things I want for sure. Belt drives, obviously. I want belt drives to be manufactured. I want reinforced plates to be manufactured. That means I need rotors manufactured. So rotors, plates, and belt drives. Modular frames, we'll look at them in a moment to what they actually require. You require bronze beams. Okay, so you're like another tier above even. So here's what I want to do. I want that's not quite right. There we go. We're starting the tin floor, because then I can just bring you up. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, I think. I don't have wall conveyors yet. But I should have enough tickets in reserve to get them. I'm gonna need to build something to get my tickets out of. Thank you for my tickets. Do the NAM. Do I have my awesome shop built? Well, this seems like the right spot for it. Wall mounts, please. Wall power outlets, please. Wall attachments for pipelines for whenever we need those. Conveyor wall holes, please. Invert stackable pipes. Indoor lighting. I can't build it, but I want it. I have 11. Let's see. I'd like doors. Let's get some better foundations. It's plastic. That's concrete. That's steel. I don't want to get things I can't make yet. I'll just get the concrete. Pathway patterns. Nope. We're full up there. You know what? We'll say goodbye to you.
If you sense your productivity slipping when it gets dark, don't worry, this is perfectly natural. Fortunately, fix-it lights allow you to never experience wasteful darkness ever again.
Okay. There we go. We'll have excess rods. I'm not quite sure where they're going to come from, but I'm going to dedicate the middle to excess bare bones rods. Okay. We should now have 120 plates coming through. There we go. Safety. Okay, so those are our plates, and they are coming in. Yes. Okay. Good. And now, two of you are going to go produce sheets. 40 to 50. Missing plates. Oh no, whatever will we do? If only we had foreseen this and started production of plates. Also, don't need you anymore. And then plates. Waha. Just as the barb intended. That's not right. You want to bring that on the outside. Whee! Conveyor belt too long. No such thing. Come on. Come on. Target. Target there. Haha. more plates needed. Also, can I just get rid of this? It's been sitting there and I didn't, because I never finished the order. Okay. And I never actually built you. I'm not going to. Wow. I need to get sand up and running so I can put windows in those. A concrete example? Wow! I'm gonna build that steeper so I can... floor that over. Well, that's fine. I can run the foundation under here too. I know that this is a little silly, but I want this building to not intersect with the copper. So even though we have a tinning floor, I think of the tinning process as an iron-derived process. So even though we're going to be taking some copper supplies in, I really do want this to be separate. And when the time comes to close everything in, then, yeah, I want it to be clearly two separate buildings. So here we go. Also, I should this. Okay. I don't need you there, I don't think. I want to be able to maintain. And to maintain, you requires... coming across here. Which we can't do. Okay. Yes. So, is this correct behavior to be doing at this point? Probably not. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of you. Okay. Accessing this is going to get a little annoying. And by that I mean we're going to need to be one higher, I think. Okay, that gives us access to these. Okay, now we can get down here to maintain everything. Good. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but it works. And then you don't even need to be that high because you're just going over all of this. Good. And then over here, we'll put ramps down again. Why are you not running? Why are you all clogged? That's why. There we go. Now we can migrate from our stairs to wherever we need to go for maintenance. It's a bit more of a mess over there, but that's fine. Okay. And we can also just come right on up to the tinning floor. Okay, tin. Tin, timony, tin, timony, tin, 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 tin. Tin, 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 tin. We're going upstairs. Tin, 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 tin. Tin, 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 tin. Tin, 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 tin. Nope. We didn't go high enough. No. Okay, there's the other tin. We're doing some weird stuff with belts, and last time I did weird stuff with belts, we had a big crash, so we're going to make a belt safety save, just in case. Tin, 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 tin. Tin, 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 tin. Tin, 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 tin. Tin, 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 tin. I got some messages. What's going on? Nothing I need to worry about. my son sent me a Happy Mother's Day. I didn't even realize today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to me. Yay. Okay, so what was I going to do? We were going to tin some something or others. What are we tinning? Plates. That's right, we're tinning plates. We're tinning so many plates. Okay. Let's go decide how we're going to bring the those other plates up. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's... You know what? We'll just bring 2 plates up so we don't need to use any fancies. Something like that. And coming over. I want to bring these up tight side by side, so... There we go. No, like, efficiency reason, but it's nice and it's clean. And it means that we're gonna... There we go. Get to see everything smooth. Something maintainability. If everything's nice and clean, it's easier to maintain. As evidenced by this side versus that side. That side's going to be a pain to maintain. This side's going to be nice because it's clean and easy. Okay. So this is going to be chucked into an assembler. Tinning plates uses 20 plate, 60 ingot. So 40 plate, 60 ingot. So what we need to do is each of these is going to feed 2. So I guess what we can do is something like bring y'all out in your pairwise. Screw me! Wow. We're gonna need to bring these in a little bit tighter. Okay, we're not gonna do the double-sided thing. We're gonna do one side. That's gonna be easier. In fact, I think at this point I should have just done a double line, but I think we can still do that. Okay. So, assemblers. We're gonna need 4 of them. Good. And we're gonna need splitters lining up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 40, 80, 60, 40, 20, 3, 6, 9, 120, 60, 30, and then we will have a merger here. There we go. That's not right. Moved. Okay. Can you squeeze in the back there by any means? No. But what I can do is something like you. There we go. I don't like that. There we go. That does what I want it to do. And that's 120 versus 80, which is 30 by 20, 30 by 20. Let's go. Need to power it up. What's our output here? 40? Okay, yeah. That's not shabby as far as plates go. Let's make sure we have a central power conduit. Excellent. And as far as output is concerned, tin, rotor, plates, fancy Mark II belt. Yeah. And since we're going to be bringing our other one over, it'll be you, I think. For, access sake. I can walk up here, no problem. Good. Okay. You... are my exits. Merge our tinned plates this way, please. We're getting 4 times 280, 160. 4 times 3 is our bit. So you can actually stay, I think. I think we're gonna have a use for you. There we go. Tin plates are zoom in. What do we do with tin plates? We reinforce them with screws. Make reinforced plates. What is the input rate on those? $20. Well, we have one of you. So let's go ahead and actually say we're doing that. We're eating you for these. So, rotors. No. What do I need for rotors? Rotors require wire and bus bars. Okay, rotors are super easy. How we're gonna bring bus bars in, I don't know. How much wire we want to use, I don't know. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal. That's fine. Okay. Point is, we need 2 of you. And an actual splitter. Woo. So now we need to get some screws over here. How many screws do we need? 37.5 by 2. $75 screws. I don't want to bring screws up here. Okay. Well, the answer is to go down and look at screws. So we have screws getting produced at a greater rate than we can move them, I'm pretty sure. At least in theory we do. I want to make a redundancy here. There we go. So, there's wire. Rods. Rods are not producing because we're not getting iron ingots, because we're not consuming the tin. So let's worry about tin first. We need sheets. Do I use sheets for anything on their own? Pipes. Okay, so we do need some sheets. Can't just consume all of them. Coming along here. We're getting rods into bus bars. I don't know what you're doing, but okay, so we get some sheets. Probably not enough. $30 per minute, and to check our assembler. We will need, for tinning, sheets. Okay, wire. So tinning sheets requires 20 sheets, 20 ingots. Tinning wire requires 45 ingots, 60 wire. Okay. So we can tin both of those off of our remaining bit with suboptimal efficiency, but that's fine. It's going to consume all of our tin, which actually means we need 2 assemblers. Let's go ahead and do those, and then in this case, because the tin's coming in simply, that's what we're going to go ahead and do like so. Okay. So tinning wire is the one that uses a lot of... well, it uses tin rods. Ugh. Okay. How does tin rod production work? $30 tin ingots becomes 15 tin rods. And how many fucking rods do you need? 45. Oh, we don't produce enough tin. That's okay. We don't need a lot of tinned wire. So I think what we'll do... we will make sure you're down here. Splitter. Okay. And now we're going to have our two assemblers pointing over this way. You're our wire. And you're our sheet. You're under-consuming. Which means we have room for another constructor here. Okay, good. Now I need to bring wire and sheets over. I see, we had another thing making sheets ages ago. Before we needed to move it off to do something else, I imagine. Well, we can make sheets again. .24 to 24. Ah. What the hell is going on here? What the fuck am I thinking? I was trying to be fancy about something, I think. Making rods. You know what I want, actually? More sheets, probably. Well, it looks like I have a full belt of sheets, so... what I want is that copper coming up to do something. As near as I can tell, that's what's going on here, is that we have something like that. There we go. Don't know what's going on there, but whatever it was, hopefully it's fixed. Okay. How's power doing? Pretty good. Yeah, we're having some iron issues because we're not consuming our tin properly. You're going off well. Actually, it might very well be a metal issue, waste rock issue. Alright. Wire and sheets. Need plates. Oh. There we go. Get some plates. Copper's a nightmare. Should probably get reworked too. But for now, we're just going to bring things up, and then in the future we can consider reworking it. Okay. Good. And sheets comes to here, right? This is the easy one. Yep. So now that we've got you up here, and honestly, we can probably then simplify this by I'm trying to avoid clipping. There we go, that works. And this will very slowly give us 10 sheets. How slowly is the wire is going to come in? Well, where's the wire? There's the wire. Okay, this is going to be relatively simple then. Just come along to about here. Split it off. Yay! And up and up and up. Yay, we have things. Wonderful. And last, but certainly not least, you get to come up and across. Yay, the tinning is done. We have the tinning. We just have our random things that we have to do now. We have rotors, plates, and Mark II belts. Mark II belts require rotors. Rotors are just bus bars and something else, right? Yeah, just bus bars and iron wire. Okay. Once again, we're needing to bring copper up here, which is proving to be a bit of a mess. Where are our bus bars living? Rods. Bus bars. We're actually making a lot of bus bars, are we? 15 a minute. That's not a lot. Do we have a full 24 coming in? No, we're manifolding. What's our production look like for rotors? $22, so we need more bus bars. Getting made. This just ain't gonna cut it. One more of you will. What I'm gonna do, I think. I'm gonna just make those upstairs, I think. Yeah. Let's go. That's not right. Gosh darn it. Okay. 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 That's there. Now we need to make bus bars and rotors. So where do we want to do that? We're going to do that over here. I'm going to expand this. We have plenty of space. This is maybe not the best way to do it, but it's fine. In which case... get over here. Okay. So we need 2 things of bus bars getting made. And this will have excess bus bars, which we can send out elsewhere. Okay. Bus bars. 15, 30. Now it's looking like it's a full bit, so we're good. Okay. There come our bus bars. And our assembler here, as far as needing for production. Needs how much? $22.5. Okay, so we need 22.5. We are producing 30. That's that's 3/4. 3 is to 4. 9/12. Yeah, 9/12. So 3. Okay. I'm gonna be doing something silly here. I'm gonna merge it over here to provide plenty of room. Fuck off, random bot. I am not interested in spending money on your bullshit scam. Okay. Okay. So each of these is 1/3. We're gonna need more space than this. This is absurd what I'm doing, but we need 9/12 of this. So we need to split this into 12. So if we split each of these in, that's going to be 9. Okay, no, let's not do it this way. Let's begin by splitting it in half. Okay. And now, if I do this again, okay. So that gives us 2. That gives us 4. I'm going to want room for each of these to split off into 3. Okay, so there's 4, and then each of these, that's not enough space. Yeah, let's do each of these. Okay, so you're 1, 2. I'm going to do each of these one at a time. Good. And then that's not right. It's too far forward. I'm being very picky about this. But you know what? I can deserve to be. I'm gonna remove you for the sake of lining things up. Okay, you can be closer. Not that close. Good. Okay. There's 6. 7. Eight. 9. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, we don't actually need any of this because we only need to go quarters. I'm dumb. Okay. Okay, that didn't quite right because I just deleted some things I need. Listen, I'm thinking, and it just dawned on me that I'd already solved the into 4 problem. Okay. Okay. And now we merge 3 of these into 1 belt. And that's our bus bar source. And then the rest of this can go find a way to get stored again. There we go. Gods, my basement is such a mess. It's still remnants of other things running through, and the copper not running across properly. But that's fine, okay. So now and then it returns and gets shoved off over there. It's fine. Oh, yay, out of sight, out of mind. So we have bus bar sorting to get us 2/3 or 3/4 of our bus bars for the assembler that will make our rotors. Now I just need to bring some iron wire over. That's tinned wire. We've got iron wire getting manufactured somewhere. Where's our iron wire coming from? We've got some there. Okay. I'm already going spaghetti because I'm losing patience. This is not great. You're gonna need a full belt of iron wire, which we don't have. So we need to have more iron wire. It is iron wire, not tinned wire, right? Because if it's tinned wire, I'm going to be very annoyed. It's iron wire, okay. All that effort to get, like, exactly the right bus bar amount over, and... well... we have some. I'm gonna go out this way because because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I run out of screws? Okay, we have another source of iron. No, that's just the wire we already have. Okay. Is there anything there's other things we use iron wire for. There's nothing that I don't need to store. Where's my screws? There's my screws. I am slightly concerned now, but I'm gonna trust that something can turn the power back on for everything. Something can turn the power back on for everything. No, I'm going to trust that when we have consumption going for everything, it will work out nicely. Okay. Let's check power, because if everything's working... Okay, so something's not quite working right. Or everything should be flowing. So something's clogged up somewhere. It's probably copper, if I'm going to be entirely honest. I don't trust my copper. Don't trust my iron either. All this is a mess, too. I really need to just take some time and fix it. For now, though, let's look for anything that's stopped. So in our iron throughs here, we have a stoppage here. 2-4 coming out here. Okay, you're eating 20 per minute. 2, 4, 6, 8. And you're coming out at 2, 4, 6, 8. So you should be even. If I just take you, you should be fine. And if I take your inputs too, you should be fine. Or are you having problems coming out? Ah, there's our issue. We're not powering, nor are we working our plates. So we're not producing screws. Not bringing up screws. Okay. That's our next area that we need to look at. Where are screws supposed to be coming from? So I think we might not be having proper screw inputs. Because of tin issues, yeah. The iron is not coming in here like it should. 25, 50. Okay, yeah, we have too much coming through. Here's what we can do. Put another awesome storage here. Needs rotors. Well, we'll just make some by hand. Okay. So this is our problem, and I was kind of talking earlier that I thought this was going to cause us problems. There we go. And now we can have stone gather up here and there, and as it clogs up, it'll clog up into our storages, which are prepped to burn it if they overfill. And now you're coming through. Let's just make sure that you're all emptied out so that we don't run into any issues that way. That's a not too unreasonable backup. And are things powering on? Not really. Looks like we've improved things slightly. But it will take a little moment for everything to turn on, so... Follow the iron over. It's starting to turn on over here. We're starting to get more here. You never got set in your form correctly. Do you have any other reds? No. Okay. So you're just waiting for enough iron to get rolling. And are any of you beginning to overfill? Not really. Because I had that running at 60 instead of 90 out of there. You running at the right belt? No, you're not. There we go. I'm going to just fill in some of these yellows with 50 stacks of excess ore. Jumpstart production. I'm confident in my calculations, I just messed up my implementation. It's the equivalent of a typo in your code. It happens, it's not a big deal. Just need to fix it. Preferably before everything breaks. Okay. Now that's running smoothly again. Nope, you're not right. I thought that might be the case. There we go. Now we've got the full flow. Excellent. Never doubt me. Never doubt me. Okay. And power, are you beginning to look bad again? Because once everything is running smoothly, it should be nearly full consumption. Copper is not good, so it's not going to be right. But that max consumption figure should be pretty good. And this should be an isolated power grid, right? Yes. So, is our iron coming through correctly? I see screws. There's our screw production, yes. We're probably gonna have more wire, yes. Okay, things are looking much better. We still aren't producing enough wire, but I guess that's fine. Although, actually, those require tinned sheets and rotors. Actually, I do want the rotor production to be good. Ugh. Okay. But this is predominantly an issue of the iron not coming up fully yet, which it looks like it's starting to. Yeah, there's our full copper, our full iron. Over here, it's not quite full yet. Something's wrong there. I can deal with that in a moment. Troubleshoot that in a moment. But this is looking good from here. Let's go check the rest of our iron. We have some tin issues. Okay, so this iron is going smoothly and full. This tin is coming through smoothly and full. And you're not clogged up, are you? No. This tin has an output problem, which is feeding into an input backup, which is feeding into... Okay. 15, 30, 45, 60. Okay, 15, 30, 45, 60. Am I only utilizing a 60 out of 120 belts? That might be explaining that problem. Well, Cradola. And we're already not utilizing it sufficiently here. Well, there is a solution. Tried and true technique from the generations. To keep everything flowing until I figure out how I want to actually do it. Shove you here. There we go. Now we'll have 120 tin come out. Split in between these. And, there. Is this making things work a little bit better? No. Something is still clogged up. Tin's coming through. Iron is mostly flowing. Some of it is not. Well, over here. What's clogged up? Tin. Tin was the problem, as will shock no one. Iron might be a problem. We don't have enough drives. Blah. Someone's messaging me at something. Again. Oh, it's my Red Terror time. Well, I go do that in a bit. Let's get this fixed. We need our iron coming out properly, otherwise we have problems. Ugh. And this will probably be the last thing, even if it doesn't all magically start working. Because I'm like... I don't know. I want to... I'm gonna take a nap. This is the day of rest. I just wanted to get this all working. And it is mostly working. We're just having issues with iron backing up and causing problems. Which is, you know, if iron is the problem, again, that's a pretty sensible problem for us to be having. Because iron is kind of our main thing. We just don't want it to back up too much, because if it backs up too much, then tin can start being not produced, and that can cause all sorts of issues. So, Mark II, Mark II, Mark II. And then our other smelter over here is also going to have that problem, I think. Or the crusher. Where's the other crusher? Yeah, you're also backing up, which means... Nope, you're fine. You're the other one. I really want these to be up and running, but I don't think we're manufacturing rotors fast enough for it. We'll have to pick through all this and come up with how we're going to do it better. Which might mean tear it all down. No, I am not going to do that again. Even though I feel like I have fucked everything up again. You're already... Well, no, you're not the one I need to worry about. You are. Okay. And now everything can be Mark 1 again. That's going to be 90... So that's 90 by 3, 30, 30, 30. 15... 30, 30, 30... Wait, seriously? 90, 30, 30, 30. Why are we splitting it down to 15s? I think this might be the problem. I might have just, like, completely overestimated how much iron I'm producing at the raw. I have another one I can build and bring in. And then there's one under a rock. So, in principle... 90 by 2 is 180. That's over this. But in principle, this one. No, that's stone. Where's our other? Over there. So you can give us 90 more, which will be 45. 90. That exceeds our 120 belt. But the 120 by 3 is 40. Still not quite right. So each side of that is basically assuming 2. So we can get one of them fully online. We need explosives to get you online unless I can, like, bug you. And then how am I going to bring you in? Basically, I would need to send what we have coming into one of the cores with a split into a merger, and then the new one comes into the other core, splits into the center merger, and then we'll have 30, 60, 90, 180. And it's all very important, so I really do actually need to do that, which means I need to figure out our explosives. Because what I've got here is going to fail to keep up. Because I made that miscalculation on this side. Fortunately, we should have plenty of power, and we don't actually need to increase anything because of the error, so to make explosives, I will need sulfur extraction. Why can I not? Now, where's our nearest sulfur node? Also, apparently, you have dismantle crates. Okay, there's a sulfur node 500 this way. Let's go empty ourselves of a bunch of crap. Bring things that we can use to build our way up. Sulfur's right there. Okay. I need 500 sulfur, so we're going to need to carry some with some power. We're going to need to bring some power with, and we're going to want a miner. And we're going to need stuff. And things. And iron sheets. Okay. We need iron sheets. We need our power electronic stuff. Cables. Rods. Wires. Rods. Wires. Cables. Sheets. Okay. Let's get out of here. Hey, we told you you're evicted. Stop hanging around. Right, also power. Bum, da, 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 da. Bum, ba, da, da, dum. Da, 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 da. Bum, bum, ba, da. Ba, dum, bum, bum. Okay. And as we come over here... Okay, there it is. I should be able to place it from up here. Can I not? You do need, like, the special extractor, don't I? Which I don't quite get how to get. Well, that's annoying. We're just gonna make a little way down. I want to take a closer look. Dum bum ba da 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 bum. So what's going on here? Impure sulfur. Okay. Was that just because I was at a weird angle? Yes, it was. Okay. So I can get this. Which will give me some sulfur. It'll give me 60 per minute. That's fine. Let's get power up to you. I'm gonna guess that we can just run the power up. I'm gonna hope that that's not so far down that the wire becomes too long in a vertical direction. Never punished. Wow. Okay. 60, right? 60 is our output. Missing module. A standard mining head cannot get the sulfur out. No. Well. We need a lot of it, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Da-dum. Is the powers working? My problem is entirely me being an idiot, which is a good problem to have, because that means I can just fix it. Also, now I can come up and down here, because I built that, which is slightly horrendous, but it's fine. I'm going to hang out down here for a little while, because I want to gather up that sulfur and head back. Need more of that stuff. I hate your noise. This is a very convenient building site, I think, down there. I think I'm also going to probably want to... I think I'm going to want to expand copper. We need to make the... We just... I don't think we're making enough of the copper stuff. I don't know for sure. I should just sit down and math it out. Think, what do I need? What am I producing? Okay, you're at 60. Let's go about halfway there. Just need to waste a little bit more time. This is dangerous. Don't worry about me. I'm not a threat. It's pretty out here. That's nice. I am ready for a nap, though. You look like a thing. I like things.
The effigy has no song, only echoes, but it is part of a river. Why does the effigy avoid the windows?
Attention. Your brain's operations are outside typical parameters. Time spent daydreaming will be deducted from your sustenance budget.
Yay, hog remains. Bum, bum, da, 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 bum, ba, da, 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 da. Are you all done? Yep. We might need more technology before we can unlock the thing that we need for that, so that we can actually get sulfur to make the bombs. That's actually kind of what I'm feeling like. So when we get back to base, because things are more or less working, asterisk, we can see where we are on things that we need for the program. Get some tech done. I also need quartz for, like, lights and such. Well, we have the sulfur that we need, and we have power heading over towards the sulfur, so in the future we can sulfur, sulfur, sulfur. This is also for glass, which I need. I have so much excess waste stone, I might just turn some of it into glass. Okay. So let's just take a look. Advanced sorting requires bronze things that we don't have. That is annoying. Okay. Do we have more copper anywhere? Come on, there's got to be another copper. That is not a convenient. Okay. You know what I can do? We can do it by hand. I don't want to mess with that until I go redo copper entirely. Which I don't know if I even want to do here. Can I... Yeah! That's not a problem. Okay. I just grind my kaolinite out into what I need it to. I also still need to get sand going. I want to get one of these things done. Finishing fixing iron is going to require is going to require the bomb, and then I can open up those two nodes and turn that an extra 90 in, that extra 180 in, which will make the iron work. Because the iron is apparently assuming twice coming in over what actually is. Then I will be able to, and then the sand I can probably just do. So I think next bit we do is going to be just sand. Yeah, next thing we do is sand. Hey, where's our bronze beams? Acquire bronze ingots. Which require a foundry. So we can't actually make those by hand. You know what? I'm willing to go just make an independent foundry to do this. Yeah, we have all that over there. I'm looking for my excess tin box. Because I have an excess tin box floating around as a hack for my tin issue. And I want to be near it. don't even. I think it's not here. This is the good tin. Yeah, this is the good tin. I said this was good tin. This is fully backed up tin. You know what? Hi, tin. Gonna come feed my ad hoc foundry. Where's my ad hoc foundry going to be? Up here. I'm sorry. You're gonna need your own smelter, aren't you? Okay. Sure. There we go. And then 25 over 7.5. Yeah, about 5 minutes. This is enough time for me to go do my cube pick. Let's see. What's my situation here? I want more things. That's just Thrill of Possibility what I want. Thrill of Possibility, maybe Duplication Flare. Not really, I'm not spell slinging really. Squash. Squash is creature removal. I want creature removal, I think. I'm yapping here. I'm here yapping about things. You know what? Meteor Storm, I think, is what I want. Yeah. Problem solved. Let's go. Never say that I can't multitask. I'm in a roto draft and we're picking things that we want. and I'm not really a fan of red generally. And this roto is about a it's about everything that makes the person who built the cube love red. So, you know, it's a chance to learn to love red. God, you're so fucking janky as shit. Okay, where are you going? Why are you not? You're all clogged. Why are you clogged? What are you not being used for? Because really you all need to be used constantly or it's gonna clog. So you're coming up. Mark 2. $15 per minute. Okay, so you're actually coming out. You're just like not fast enough coming out. Something's not quite right somewhere. You're all good. Just, it's not coming out fast enough in the back. I'm gonna mark 2 everything. I think it might be a calculation issue. So let's see, 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120. No, it should just be 1 mark 2. All the way. You're correct, you're correct. Something's just not utilizing it or something. Okay, everything's flowing properly here. And it's coming out here okay. And your mark 2. $15, 30, 30, 40. Okay, actually, I think that this means that I do not want you to be Mark 2. I think I want you to be Mark 1 so that we prioritize going that way. Yeah, it looks like it's just a matter of things not moving through fast enough. It is moving though. Manifolds I am increasingly finding not as great as I'd like them to be. Okay. Unbeamed. I'm beamed up for now. Advanced sorting. And that gave me crushed copper and zinc, which I guess means that we can sort out our copper and improve our copper production, which is good. It's a thing we need to do, which means we'll have to tear up copper. Smart plating, I don't care about. Awesome, we've got blueprints. Reward, NA. Don't know what that is. Smelter module. Okay. So that's it. That's where we are. To-do list. Nuke that. Notes. Okay. I'll actually make notes in here for what I need to do. I need to... So this is our to-do list. Get glass going. Redo copper. Get brass going. ID tin issue, I think, is not real, question mark. Get bombs. Bring last iron into node. That's our to-do list. I'm not going to do this now. So I don't know anything about sulfur right now. I need coal. Okay, so I just might not be able to make explosives until after we get the actual space elevator up and going. So that's annoying. But we do have one more node we can bring online, which will alleviate some of our iron issues. Yeah. But I think we need to redo the copper. I think the copper is a serious problem. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that for a bit. We don't need to worry about the tin for a bit. Because we have the hacky little awesome sinks. We need to get copper online. And then we'll need to find a spot to play. And then we'll need sand over here, probably. So yeah. Get glass, copper, brass. Double check the tin situation. I think the tin situation should sort itself out. Bring in the last iron nodes, and yeah, I think we're doing okay. I am so proud of that little power plant. It's so cute. It's nestled over there in the corner. This is a chaotic, horrible mess. And once I have it working, I'm going to block it off and never look at it again. I'm going to have to, probably. But by that point, hopefully, I'll have blueprints. Wait, I should have blueprints already, right? I do have blueprints. That's a pretty good thing, too. That's like a non-negligible blueprint situation.
Once you have built a satisfactory blueprint, interact with the Blueprint Designer terminal to save it. It will then be available in the Blueprints tab of your build menu. Blueprints can always be edited to correct mistakes or optimize. If you find yourself struggling to work within the set size restrictions, remember that this is a you problem, and efficiency can always be improved.
I'm gonna make my quarterer. There's the one that goes into 2. I know I'm going to want to do this more than just once, so even though I don't have any need for it right now. I'm going to make it as a little box thing. Okay. Three by 3 little box. Okay. And then we can there we go. This could be this could be a little loopy. It's gonna be in a box. Good, we're gonna have it all nice and ready now. And then, because this is this, we're going to use the black and red as the, like, generic module thing. this is a generic module, I want it to be covered on all sides by cladding. So it just looks like a thing that we drop. I know this is not necessary, but it's going to help, I think, with understanding that this is a thing. Okay. So there we go. We have a quarterer. Belt quarterer. And we will select as an icon a belt and a color. Set directory. Add category. New category here is going to be logistics. What's a good logistics thing? There we go. And we'll add a subcategory. Belts. Belt quarterer. Converts one belt into four for balanced. And actually, I think I will have a door to gain access to this. Okay. Yay. And if I then decide I want to build my quarterer,
Building in blueprint mode can further optimize your construction process with snapping and quick dismantling options. Build modes are not just there to make your work easier, they compensate for inevitable human error. Fix-It understands humanity like no other, and humanity needs you to be efficient and productive at all times.
yay. That's big, it's bulky, but I like it. It's mine. I like that it just wedges in there. There we go. Okay. That's that. That's everything. Let's see if the stream crashes when I go to see if there's anyone to raid into. Ah, we didn't. Are there enough people watching to make it worth raiding? Nope. Farewell.